Right, what's good, everyone? It's JMB434 back again. This is your Monday Night Raw review from last evening. Um, I am going to be very polite. I'm going to try and hold back as much as I can, but this show sucks. I'm sorry, but it was literally 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I was bored as fuck. You can tell by my thumbnail based on Becky Lynch that this show is boring. I do not know what's going on with Monday Night Raw. Last week you had that incredible promo with Roman and CM Punk. But for 2 hours and 20 odd minutes, I was fucking bored. Like legit bored as fuck. So I'm going to get into the Monday Night Raw review. If you have been starting to watch the Back to Black and Gold series that I have started, to remind you guys, this is based on NXT Black and Gold, which the revamped version in 2012, all the way to 2021, where sadly Black and Gold died. But however, if the series becomes very popular, you can make me extremely miserable and I will review 2.0. I don't want to, but it's down to you guys. So hit the like and subscribe button. I'm going to get to the Monday Night Raw review. So Raw starts with the pre-show. Walking in is CM Punk, and to my surprise was AJ Lee. While Becky Lynch was in the background, literally beside herself when she saw AJ Lee. Judging by the thumbnail, by the way. Yeah, Rhea Ripley, same with Io Sky. Io is apparently telling Rhea to wear pink. I can never imagine Rhea Ripley wearing pink, by the way. Then we get the Judgment Day. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Dominic Mysterio were hanging out in the clubhouse. Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary. Michael Cole announced that Braun Breaker was injured. Now, we all heard that Braun Breaker had an, I think he had surgery on a hernia, I believe, and he's out indefinitely. Now, if Breaker misses WrestleMania, then that is a big blow to WWE. Show starts. Becky Lynch comes out. Women's Intercontinental Champ Becky Lynch made her entrance, looking completely frustrated as she saw AJ Lee backstage. Lynch complained about being disrespected. She said she wanted to overthrow the corruption of the Royal Rumble. And who did you see back at her first show was AJ Lee. AJ made her entrance to a big ovation from the crowd. Lee joined Becky in the ring. Lynch asked AJ what she doing on her show. Lee claimed that she wasn't there for Lynch. Lee claimed she was also there to support Maxine Dupree, who was in a match tonight. Lee said she would hang out in catering. Lynch insulted Lee by thinking she was cute with her stupid eyebrows. I do not know where the eyebrows came from. Lynch said Lee is like a stupid chihuahua, ruining Lynch's life. AJ wondered why she was doing that. Lee says she hasn't done anything to her personally. Like being a WrestlePalooza and making a tap in War Games. And costing Becky a title against Maxine. Lee said she gets for what she is saying, but Becky got her belt back, thank goodness. Lynch wondered if Lee wanted to go one-on-one at Elimination Chamber, as Lee's hometown is in Chicago. Lynch wondered if Lee wanted Lynch to ruin her life in front of her friends and family, like Lee ruined Becky's life. Lee said Lynch is having a nervous breakdown, or she wants to go one-on-one with Lee. Lee says she hasn't had a singles match in over a decade, so it would be special and really worth it. Lee said Lynch is one of the greatest of all time, and it's not just she says it. Sports Illustrated and the Bleach reporters say it as well. I want to, before I get to that, Becky Lynch is doing the best work of her career. If you offered me the ban or this gimmick, I'd take this gimmick all day long. So Lee beats her once. That doesn't make her lucky or better than Lynch. Lee said that would make her the number one contender. Becky said no repeatedly, so the fans start chanting yes. Lynch said, "You've done nothing to get a shot at this, since she wasn't even an active member of the Raw roster." Yes, she is. Lee said no title and no match, so she'll just go back to Chicago. Lynch said, "Fine." Lynch said, "If you would think you were held down by the man before you left, you have no idea what you're in for." Now, I did like this opening promo. Now, a lot of people were saying that they did not like this opening segment. I thought it was good. This was probably one of the highlights of the show for me. So we're getting Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Championship at Elimination Chamber. I still think that this will go into WrestleMania. I think there will be like some sort of like a fuck finish or something along those lines. We get the Vision, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, and Paul Heyman, and Logan Paul backstage. And then we get the Usos defending the tag team championships against Alpha Academy. As usual, the fans were yeeting in the background. I do not know why. They need to end this yeeting garbage. I'm not being funny. Put them back as the Uso Penitentiary. That was amazing work by the Usos back then. So the match starts. Otis uses his power with a waist takedown on Jay and a shoulder tackle. Tozawa tagged in with a running drop kick. Jimmy then tags in, and Tozawa continued the attack with a spinning kick to the head. Tozawa knocked Jay out of the ring. Otis press slammed Tozawa over the top on both Usos onto the floor. Led to a break for some fans as the match continued. Jay reached at Tozawa, so Jimmy took control with a pop-up Samoan drop on Tozawa. Jimmy choked Tozawa by the ropes. So Jay hit a cheap shot when the referee wasn't looking. Jay grabbed a headlock on Tozawa. Jay punched Tozawa a few times, but Tozawa gets a punch of his own. Match continued with Tozawa countering Jay with a DDT. Otis tags in against Jimmy and Otis. Hit some splashes on the Usos. Otis hits a World's Strongest Slam on Jimmy for a 2 count. Otis splashes Jimmy against the turnbuckle. Jay made the tag, and Otis never saw it, but the referee did. Otis then went for a caterpillar. Jay hits some super kicks on Otis. Then goes for another super kick, and there's a double one this time, but Otis comes back with a running clothesline. Otis is actually very underrated for me. So is Tozawa. Tozawa was but like a dream in the Cruiserweight Classic. Please bring that back, by the way. Tozawa tagged in with a missile dropkick up the top. He hits a suicide dive on Jay and a suicide dive on Jimmy on the other side. Tozawa hits suicide dives on both Usos again, which is 4 in a row. Tozawa went to the top and had a senton bomb on Jimmy for a 2 count because Jimmy got the right shoulder up. Otis gets tagged in again, lifted Jimmy. Jimmy avoided a Tozawa attack. Jimmy super kicked Tozawa. Jimmy hits another super kick on Otis while Jay was legal. Usos hit a double spear and then hit the 1D with Jay pinning Otis for the 1-2-3. This match was okay. I don't know, man. That just Raw is so low on tag teams, man. It's just getting so frustrating that tag team wrestling now that they just don't appear to give a shit about tag team wrestling. After the match, two teams shake hands and hug like the baby faces that they are. Usos are then interviewed by Byron Saxton in the ring. Saxton asks what's next for the Usos. Jay praises the efforts by Otis and Tozawa. Jimmy said that they're going to remain the best tag team in the biz. Jimmy said he wants Jay to qualify and win the Elimination Chamber. Then says he wants Jey Uso to go and be main event Jey Uso with the Usos hugging. Why doesn't Jimmy not want to be in the match? That's my question. Why does Jimmy not want to be in the match? I really do not get it. Corey Graves and Michael Cole reminded viewers in the US that SmackDown is going to be on Sci-Fi this week due to the USA Network showing the Winter Olympic coverage. It doesn't matter for me in the UK. We have it on Netflix. So it doesn't bother me. Liv Morgan then makes her entrance with Dirty Dominant Mysterio. They went for commercial break for some fans. Shows highlights of AJ Styles talking to Stephanie McMahon on Steph's podcast. I have not yet watched it, so I will, without a doubt, watch it at one point. Liv was going to start talking, God forbid. Dominic told her to hang on. Dom gave Liv some roses and called Liv the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all time. But she can't be. Charlotte Flair's won it twice, so Charlotte Flair is the best to ever win it. Even though I didn't agree with both decisions. Liv does her annoying heel shit by being the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all time. And she called Dominic Mysterio the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Correction, sweetheart. Gunther is the best Intercontinental Champion of all time. This is where I actually muted my phone because Liv Morgan's promos are fucking garbage. Now, Liv stands, you can literally give me all the abuse you want. I will still ban you. But Liv Morgan's promos are fucking terrible. Liv said that Stephanie Vaquer and Jade Cargill are afraid of her because they know whoever Liv picks will lose their titles at WrestleMania. Cole and Graves said that romance is in the air, but Dom was wearing his wedding ring. So, stupid. Stephanie interrupts, walks to the ring, and I'm... Why change Stephanie Vaquer's theme song? Now, if you did not see the backlash from last week about Stephanie's theme being changed, Jesus Christ, just get rid of Death Rebel. Break the bank and get CFO back, or get Jim Johnson out of retirement. Jesus Christ. Vaquer told Liv she talks too much. Vaquer speaks in Spanish. And Dominic said he doesn't think you should tell what she said about Liv. Dom spoke in Spanish to Vaquer. Vaquer told Liv that he said that he's a little bitch, but Dom denies. Liv said that Vaquer is a liar. Liv said that she should give Dom a Hot Girls t-shirt, which is the Hot Girls Love Dominant Mysterio. So weird. Vaquer said that she hopes Liv picks her up so Vaquer can kick her ass. Liv's told Vaquer she's not going to make Liv rush the decision, and Liv calls her a puta. Now, if anyone in Spanish knows what that means, can someone let me know? Or I can just search that up anyway. Dom got too close. Vaquer slapped Dom, and Steph loses the ring. Oh, Christ. Right. Next match. Lyra Valkyria versus Rhea Ripley versus Ivy Nile. Oh, I wonder who is going to win this match. Too fucking predictable, Triple H. Rhea makes her entrance. Massive pop as usual. Lyra Valkyria then Lyra comes out. Mid pop. Ivy Nile comes out to crickets. Every week. Ivy Nile comes out to crickets. And I saw her in NXT. She was great. That starts. Now knocked Lyra out of the ring off the bat. Nile trying to move off the turnbuckle. Rhea stopped that with a drop kick. Lyra got a cradle on Ripley for a 2 count. Nile went back onto the floor and hit a German suplex on both women at the same time. Now this move is sick, by the way. So Ivy Nile deserves a little bit of love for that. Ripley sent Nile face first into the apron. Lyra hit a Hurricane Rana on Ripley on the floor. They went to commercial break for some fans as the action continued. Lyra jumped off the top with a cross body block on Nile for a 2 count. Lyra hit a low dropkick and a bridging suplex for 2. Ripley pulled Nile out of the ring and threw on the commentary table. Ripley hit a super kick on Lyra and battled Lyra in the ring, leading Lyra to do an inverted crab, and then Lyra held onto Rhea's arms as well. Nile breaks that up 2 with a half and half suplex on Lyra for 2. Rhea breaks up the pin. Ripley left Nile. Nile countered that by shoving Rhea into the ring post. Nile hits a gut-wrench suplex on Lyra for a 2 count. Rhea went up to the top, so Nile sent Lyra into the ropes. Ivy Nile, She was the standout in this match. When you got Rhea Ripley, the best wrestler, well, best women's wrestler in the world, quote unquote, and Lyra, who I adore Lyra, but this match was not good. Back again with the three women battled on by the turnbuckle. Well, Lyra hit a stomp on Nile. Lyra suplexed Rhea off the top with a superplex, while Nile hit a pull-up German suplex. This was mad, by the way. It's a good spot to show off the power of Ivy Nile. Nile hits two running drop kicks. Ripley hits Nile with two clotheslines and a spinning slam to the mat. Rhea hits a basement drop kick. Lyra rolled up Ripley for a 2 count. Ripley and Lyra exchanged pin attempts. Ripley got Lyra on her shoulders. And Rhea dumps Lyra into the mat. Nile mistimed it and hit the mat. It all mistimed the spot. This was getting a bit ugly at the end. There was a bit of a botch season. So it was not very good, this match, I gotta be honest. It was Rhea's worst match, Lyra's worst match, and Ivy Nile's worst match. Lyra counted Nile in for a roll for a 2 count. Lyra hit a step up enziguri. It's a DDT on Ripley. And Nile shoved Lyra out of the ring. So Nile covered for 2. Nile hit a spinning dropkick to the ear. Nile hit a Uranagi slam on Lyra for 2. Rhea was back with a headbutt on Nile. Nile hit a backbreaker with double knees on Ripley. Lyra goes for Nightwing. Rhea hits a running knee and hits the Riptide on Lyra for the 3 count. I've seen so many fucking nerds on Twitter saying that why is Lyra taking the pen? Lyra should go to AEW. Shut the fuck up, you fucking weirdos. So Rhea and Tiffany Stratton are the first 2 women to qualify for the Women's Elimination Chamber match. No shock there, because they're trying to get the most solid Elimination Chamber card possible. The problem is these matches are just too fucking predictable. How can I get invested in a match where they're too fucking predictable? God, Ross sucks. Judgment Day Clubhouse is shown with Dom, Raquel, and Liv talking about Dom being slapped. Dom speaks to Finn about how close JD McDonough is to coming back and they should go for the tag team titles. Balor said he's still going after Punk's world title. He's also said he's tired of being an afterthought and he thought that they were supposed to be family. Balor left and Dom says, but we are. So, is this going to lead to Balor versus Dom at WrestleMania? I hope so. Put the Intercontinental title on Balor and then try and push Dom to the main event scene, please. CM Punk backstage in an interview with Michael Cole. Vic Joseph's in the upper deck talking to the young OG Javon Evans. This is a break for some fans. So there is going to be tag team matches. Javon Evans and a mystery partner against the Grande Americanos. God, please end this gimmick. Please end it at WrestleMania. So it's supposed to be Michael Cole interviewing CM Punk. Finn Balor interrupted. Balor talked about how Punk is hurt, and he knows he's hurt because Balor was the one that did it. Balor complained about Roman Reigns stepping in for a title shot. Roman won the Royal Rumble, so of course he is. Balor reminded us how Roman cheated to beat him. It was Extreme Rules. We still never got an explanation of why that ending happened, and that was the end of the Demon. I never want to see the Demon again. Jesus Christ. Balor said he's tired of being an afterthought. He wanted to face CM Punk at Elimination Chamber. Balor said that Punk beat him on Balor's home turf, so Balor wants to face Punk on his home turf. Adam Pearce walks out with some security guards. Pearce walks to the ring and asks Balor to leave, or he'll have Balor escorted out. Punk's music hit and walks down to the ring with a purpose. Massive pop as usual for Punk. Punk went into the ring, so Balor left on the other side, with Balor standing on the commentary table. Pearce said everyone to relax. Punk was in the ring while Balor is on the commentary table. Punk said that Balor is not an afterthought. He's the first thought. Punk told Balor that he deserves an ass kicking and told Balor to see what happens next when he steps in the ring. Balor said he's not fighting him for no reason. Balor told Punk to put the title on the line so Balor can finish what he started 2 weeks ago. Punk said he wanted Pierce to make the match. Pierce said he's not putting the WrestleMania main event in doubt. Punk again told Pierce to make the match or he'll spend the whole show going after Balor. Punk said he'll get in his pound of flesh. Pierce makes the match. CM Punk versus Finn Balor Elimination Chamber. Balor then leaves through the crowd. I liked the first match between them two in Ireland, but I just don't think if these two can put on another fucking classic, then I'm all in. But I'm not really bothered by the Elimination Chamber, to be fair. Punk said if Cole had a question to ask, Cleveland would love to hear it. Cole wondered why Punk would jeopardize one of the greatest main events in WrestleMania history for that. Punk said he's not jeopardizing anything. Punk said he's chasing pure greatness. Punk said he is a fighting champion that these people deserve to see every week as a champion. Punk talked about the 434, hence why 434 is in my YouTube channel's name, and he wants to be that 1% better. Punk said he'll fight anybody, anywhere, at any time to prove that he is the best in the world. Punk said he's not jeopardizing anything. Punk said without risk, there's no reward. Punk said he wants to put it out there on the line every week because he loves them and they deserve it. Punk said that shit ain't gonna happen about losing. Punk said Roman claims he hates Punk, but Punk doesn't believe that. Punk said that Roman knows that he can't do a thing to stop it. Punk said there's only one way WrestleMania ends, with his hand raised and the ring announcer, whoever that may be, announcing that Punk's still world champion. Punk shook Cole's hand and left. Vision approached Adam Pearce backstage. Heyman said that Pearce is far more worthy of an adversary than he gave Pearce credit for. Heyman claims that Braun Breaker had hernia surgery after he'd hurt himself while training. Heyman lied, claiming it was a career-ending surgery for some, but not Braun Breaker. Pearce said that he knows that Braun is a key part of the future and he wants him back. Pearce said that Austin Theory had a qualifying match against Penta and LA Knight. Pearce told the Vision not to get involved in the match. Pearce told Heyman to consider it as a threat. Logan said if they do get involved, what's Pearce going to do about it? Paul said it's not a rhetorical question. Paul said he is the biggest star to ever come out of Cleveland and Pearce is going to do nothing. Bronson told Paul it's not his problem, it's his own. Interesting how that's going to happen. Natalia, Natty, apologies, made her entrance with a more intense look with a new theme, which I do like. And then we went to commercial break. So it's Natty against Maxine Dupree. Dupree got a takedown and went for an ankle lock. Natty broke free. Natty punched Dupree for a knockdown. Dupree hits a spin kick and sends Natty out of the ring. Ball onto the floor as Natty sent Dupree into the steel steps and into the ring post. Natty tossed Dupree onto the commentary table. Natty gave Dupree a flapjack onto the commentary table while the ref was counting him out. It got up to 10 count, and match only went on for 3 minutes. No comment. After the match, Natty applied a sharpshooter on the commentary table. AJ Lee comes out, check on her friend, and after the match, Becky Lynch attacks AJ and sends her into a ring post. Next up, you have the tag team match, Los Americanos against Javon Evans, and it turned out to be the original El Grande Americano, Chad Gable. So, it's just ridiculous. Please end this. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate should be going after championship gold. Starts off, Evans hits an impressive dropkick on Rayo. Evans hit a stunner on Rayo. Evans punched Bravo, followed by a bouncy Hurricane Rana and a dropkick. Original El Grande Americano made the tag as Rayo pulled Evans out of the ring. Bravo knocked Evans down onto the floor. The Original went up to the top and by the double clothesline. Original and Evans hit clotheslines to clear the ring, going to commercial break. Match continued with Evans as a face in peril. Evans kept Bravo and Evans at a corkscrew crossbody block. Original tagged in with forearms and overhead suplex with 2 German suplexes on both Americanos. Original hit a double suplex, double German suplex. Original applied the ankle lock on Ryo, but Ryo sent Original into the turnbuckle. Evans gets the tag with a top rope clothesline and a jumping kick to the head. Ryo headbutted Evans, but Original stopped Ryo with a drop kick. Grande shoved Original off the top. Bravo then climbs up to the top on Americano, moves out of the way, and Evans hit an OG cutter in midair. This was sick. I can't lie. Big up Javon Evans, man. This dude is amazing and gets the 3 count. Javon Evans is just ridiculous, man. I've seen him since day one in NXT, so I love him. Grande Americano then attacks Evans and the OG from behind. Grande tried to take off the Original's mask, but Original fighting back. Original tried to take off Grande's mask, and Los Americanos make the save. 2 ways: end it at WrestleMania or keep this in AAA. That's all I can say. Break for some fans. Vic Joseph interviewed Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley. Lyra wasn't happy about losing earlier in the show. Duh. Bayley said that they don't give up because they picked themselves back up. What they're doing, Bayley, I have no idea. Bayley said she has an Elimination Chamber qualifying match next week against Natty and Asuka. Oh, I wonder who's winning that. Asuka. Bayley said she's taking both of them out. Bayley said they belong on the big stage and belong in the top spot. Bayley mentions that she had a moment taken away from her last year at WrestleMania, which I do agree with. Stupid. But Becky came back. So it is what it is. Obi Femi is featured in a video package saying change is inevitable. Femi said change is here, so he hears drums and sees strut, and you know the deed is done. I keep Obi Femi as a free agent. Put him on Raw and SmackDown and just let him kill everyone. Gunther's interview with Baron Saxton. Gunther said he didn't care about Dragon Lee. Saxton said that Gunther is in the Elimination Chamber, which is facing Dom and Javon Evans next week. I wonder who's winning that. Gunther bragged about retiring wrestlers and said the result will be the same, and he'll walk out of WrestleMania as the new WWE champion. Gunther is not winning the chamber. There you go. I said it. Main event sees LA Knight versus Penta and Austin Theory. Knight ran over Penta with a shoulder tackle. Penta then hits a running Hurricane Rana on Knight. Penta hit a somersault dive over the top onto Knight onto the floor. Theory tripped up Penta and pulled him into the ring. Theory did a neck snap to LA Knight across the top rope, and Theory flipped out of the ring with a dropkick on Knight. Theory sent Penta into the ring steps. They went to a break. For some fans in America, I don't know who gets these commercial breaks. I feel for you. As Theory hits a backbreaker on Knight. Theory stomped on Knight. Penta tried to get back into it. Theory knocked him down onto the floor. Theory choked Knight across the middle turnbuckle. Theory hit Knight with a suplex for a 2 count. Match continues with Knight hitting Theory with a neck breaker for 2. Penta made the save. Penta sent Knight out of the ring. Penta gets a right hand on Knight. Theory hits a brainbuster on Penta for a 2 count. Theory gets up and charges at Penta, who moved, and Penta gets chopping a few times. Theory hits a boot to the chest of Penta. Theory then hits a spinebuster on Penta for a 2 count. Knight sends Theory out of the ring. Knight slammed Theory onto the commentary table a few times. Knight punched Penta to stop a dive attempt. Knight slammed Penta onto the commentary table a few times. Knight went for BFT. Theory countered, got for a 2 count. Theory sent Knight face first into the turnbuckle. Theory went for a leaping attack, but Knight hit a belly-to-belly suplex. Penta goes up top. He jumped off a double cross body and knocked both guys down. Penta hit a sling blade on Knight. Penta with a jumping kick on Theory and a backstabber for a 2 count, with Knight making the save. Penta went to the turnbuckle. Knight jumped onto the top. Theory punched Knight, and they hit a Tower of Doom superplex powerbomb combo out of the corner. Theory covered Knight for a 2 count. Theory then went for the stomp. Knight avoided it with a double reverse DDT. Sorry, I had to put on a brief hold for a second. Unfortunately, my phone was set to call someone who I have not spoken to in like 10 years. Then Knight punched him. Knight sent down Reed with an interruption from him and Logan. Knight then knocks down. Reed hit a crossbody on Knight onto the floor. Reed put Knight back into the ring, and Reed hits a tsunami. Raji M. Adam Pearce and security went into the ring. You got Reed out of there. Theory then hits a stomp on Knight. For a 2 count, Penta makes the save. Theory gave Penta on the back body drop onto the floor. A hooded masked man. Triple H loves his hooded masked men, doesn't he? Now, I got a feeling if it's Rollins, it's too predictable. Put something outside the box. It's just these masked men now. It's getting too old. Real talk. Masked man then makes the run as Logan then chases him out of the arena. Knight hits BFT on Theory for the 3 count. I thought the main event was okay. Other than that, the show is still bad. I do not know what's going on with Monday Night Raw. Raw was at one point the best show. Now, to be fair, at the moment, I do not know what the fuck is going on. I don't know whether at the moment Dynamite is the best show on television. NXT is better than Raw. Hell, I'll even throw it out there. SmackDown's better than Raw. And not saying something. Because I hate both shows. So, that's your Monday Night Raw review. Show still sucks, but it was good to see AJ Lee back. I'm going to give the show 3 out of 10. I love the Becky promo. I love Punk's promo. And I also thought the main event was okay. The rest of the show, terrible. Except there was a wardrobe malfunction for poor Lyra Valkyria. I think she needs to change her ring game, man. Well, that's what it is. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. Remember also, Back to Black and Gold, daily episodes are dropping. So, I'm going to get your episodes done. I might review NXT and get that done for you. The episodes of NXT that is tonight, which I will be watching. I don't know yet about Dynamite. I might get Dynamite. So keep an eye on everything. Retro Rewatch is coming back in the foreseeable future. I think I'm going to pause it for now because of obviously I'm going to get Back to Black and Gold done. So anyway, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you later. Peace.